Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TNR podcast. I'm Joe Carey, your news editor. I'm joined by
Eric Hemmert, your podcasting producer.
wonderful Eric. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, Joe. How are you?
Yeah, it's hanging in there.
Hanging in there. It's
whatnot.
midterms. It's been a busy week for everyone. I feel like big game.
It'll be
Saturday,
a nice. Oh yeah, that's right.
We'll go through that in the
of course.
podcast here today too.
Yeah, kind of angling towards a nice kind of a reset with the reading days. I think.
Yeah. The reading days coming up later this week are going to be a very nice reset for I think everyone.
Yeah,
I think everyone needs a little bit of a break.
Sure. Well, the Cincinnati mayoral race is certainly not slowing down by any stretch. Just weeks before voters head to the polls on November 4th, the race will have, or it is currently set for its biggest moment, an in-person debate hosted by the Cincinnati Enquirer at Xavier University, featuring incumbent Mayor Avtab Puraval and his challenger, Corey Bowman. They will meet on the stage from 8 to 9 p.m. at the James and Carolyn Duff Banquet Center. The event is free and open to the public, but does require a ticket. I think that's via online registration.
Okay. Xavier, though? Why not Cincinnati? Why not UC? Come on.
We could do that. Yeah.
Wait, no, it should have been at UC.
CCH or something.
CCH. We could. I don't know. CCH is big enough.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
When you put it in like a big old auditorium or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, that race will be on November 4th as election day. All 9 city council seats will also be on the ballots. We've covered a couple of those candidates in our news coverage. And it's looking to be, I don't know, at least it's hard to judge. In the primaries, it was a pretty clear, I believe Bowman only got 13% of the vote, and the rest was taken up pretty strongly by Puraval. But I don't know. So the idea of like flipping the natty and whatnot, switching over to the race is technically nonpartisan, but Bowman is the city's first Republican mayoral candidate since 2009. So it's a little interesting. He is also, of course, the half brother of Vice President J.D. Vance.
Seriously, I didn't know that.
Weighed in, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Who I believe has weighed in a couple different times on that. But yeah, we'll see. See what they have to say on Thursday night. A bit closer to home. More recently, public debates on American abortion law took place at the University of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I think
we covered. Did Chloe? Who covered that?
I believe that was me and Audrey Zelinsky, who joined us last week.
It was like a little on-campus debate, kind of like a little forum kind of thing on Main Street, if I'm not correct.
Yes, and that was organized by the University Students for Life chapter, an anti-abortion campus advocacy group, and they were led by Lydia Taylor Davis, who I believe is kind of an influencer, spokesperson.
I've never seen any of their work
for that. Yeah, me neither. But
wasn't this like their first stop on their like tour around the country or something?
Make Gen Z anti-abortion is the tour, which I believe
that'd be a long acronym.
Which I believe, they've managed to go to, I think, University of Kentucky and now Vanderbilt, and then I think they're kind of branching off for their.
Oh, is this like their chapter here or like?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Or they're stopping at different universities.
Oh, I thought UC was their first stop.
That is their first stop. Sorry.
Sorry.
Since then they've hit.
I see.
That makes more sense.
I see. That was just a few days ago. That was October 1st. You can read more on thenewsrecord.org, where we get Joe's story and Audrey Zelinsky's full story.
And a Kentucky jury recently found University of Cincinnati student and former Cincinnati City Beat photography intern Lucas Griffith, who is also a staff member at TNR.
Yep, he is.
Our managing editor. Guilty of one of 4 misdemeanor charges in relation to his coverage of a protest on the John A. Roebling Suspension Bridge this summer. In July, there was a protest related to the detainment of Ayman Soleiman, a former Cincinnati Children's Hospital chaplain who was detained by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement on July 9th. Soleiman has since been released from custody on September 19th following the reinstatement of his asylum status. And Lucas was found, again, only guilty of one misdemeanor charge, I believe the failure to disperse, but was acquitted on all others.
Mm-hmm. So walk me through a little bit, because I kind of have a vague understanding of what happened that day. It was obviously on the bridge. Did something like happen where like it just got rowdy all of a sudden and like he was trying to get out of the way and like he didn't, or like walk me through like what kind of happened, or to your knowledge what happened?
So the protest began on the banks of the Ohio River. It was not on the bridge at its inception. Lucas was there, I believe, with City Beat investigative reporter Madeline Fenning,
Yep.
who was kind of acting in a supervisor capacity to him. He was getting photos for her story. And after they had arrived, they had started to, the crowd had started to move onto the bridge. There was a direction from someone with a megaphone, let's all go get on the bridge. And
Yeah, I see.
and as a result, they began to block traffic.
So it wasn't planned for them to be on the bridge.
No.
And when they got on the bridge, obviously police are going to get calls. Or even if they were there, they were probably moved to protect the people on the bridge and to hopefully open the traffic back up because they were not allowed to be on the bridge and they got on the bridge.
Right.
And
right.
Lucas followed to continue covering the group.
Lucas and Madeline were, at least at the time law enforcement arrived, were at the front. They were separated, visibly separated from the group.
I heard they were like 6 or 7 feet away from the group.
I believe so. Yeah. Our sources tell us, but
on record.
That was, but yeah. So they were interviewing people. Lucas was taking photos, and after police arrived, there I believe were eight announcements to clear the bridge, delivered from a police PA system from the car, and these were ignored by the group. The group remains, I believe, was getting louder as a response, and police started arresting people, and two of the first people to be detained were Lucas and Madeline.
So they were kind of just like caught in the crossfire, kind of, because they were in the front of it.
Right.
So covering, I assume they were still just taking photos of it, covering it, and they
their passes were visible. Their press passes were at the time, they were taken in and detained by Covington police.
Yep. Even though wasn't on like the Ohio kind of side of the bridge. I hate it how. I shouldn't say hate, but like the border between Ohio and Kentucky, the majority of the Ohio River, named after Ohio, is Kentucky. It makes no sense.
And it came up in the court, and it was the strangest thing for a judge to announce, well, we own the river. How do you own a river?
How do you own a river? Yeah.
But yeah, that was a key factor in determining where their
walk me
trial
through
would
the
take
debate
place.
and the trial and like what proceeded and.
So he was represented. Lucas was represented by the ACLU of Kentucky. I believe there were 3 attorneys present for the majority of his trial, and their position was that given the volatility of the situation, how loud it was, how windy it was on the bridge, they and Lucas maintained that the police directives he was not able to distinguish them, that he was doing his job, and that he was not his presence there did not constitute a sign of this intent to disrupt public safety or to obstruct police activity.
Okay. So I'm not entirely familiar with covering press, covering protests like safely.
Yeah.
But like the press was following, so Lucas, as the press was following this protest, he was still technically in the wrong for being with the protest covering it.
That was. Yes, or his position at the time of the police arrival was that he was standing not on the side. There's 2 sidewalks that line the bridge. He was not in either of them. He was on the main.
He was in the roadway. Yes.
Yeah, on the lane, along with the crowd.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah. Okay.
But he was acquitted of 3 of the 4 charges that was brought against him. What were all the charges?
Yeah. So in total, he was initially charged. He was initially charged by Covington police with felony rioting, which is a much more serious charge than what he faced in his trial. That was dismissed by the prosecutor's office of Kentucky fairly quickly, 6 days after his initial arrest, I believe.
That's good.
But yes, in court he was charged with only misdemeanors. He was charged with obstructing a highway, second-degree disorderly conduct, obstructing emergency responders, and failure to disperse.
And he only got charged, or he was only found guilty.
He was only found guilty of failure to disperse, and he was assessed a $50 fine, with total court costs totaling $219. So no jail time, which is I think up to well over 200 days. family weekend.
Yeah, we can move on to family weekend. So this past weekend was family weekend. The biggest thing that probably happened over family weekend was our big win against Iowa State.
It was quite the.
It was electric. I didn't get to go to the game, unfortunately. I really wanted to, but the tickets sold out so fast. They were sold out for like a week or 2 weeks before the game even was happening. I'm pretty sure. I didn't look, but that's what I heard about.
Yeah.
And it was. I'm genuinely surprised that like the stripe out worked out well. The stadium looked awesome. Everyone stayed for the entire game, so
Wow.
it was just a crazy crowd, crazy environment to be in. And it was obviously a pretty tight game near the end of it. But in the beginning, the Bearcats just went off, beating Iowa State up in the first quarter and first half. It was
I saw some of
awesome.
those photos. So it looked amazing.
Yeah.
but,
We had 3 great photographers cover the event and
Yeah.
got some really cool photos that even Brendan Thorsby and the Bearcats
Oh, of
football
course,
team
of course.
liked. You can check out all those photos in the photo gallery on our website.
Yeah,
but
and walk
that-
me through. There was something about it being like the highest rated game, I
like
believe,
of the
since-
day.
yeah.
I think it was. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but it was definitely one of the most, maybe not most watched, but most intriguing games to watch that
Yeah.
day. Because a lot of the other games weren't the most exciting to watch. Some of them were kind of obvious, going to be blowouts,
I gotcha.
stuff like that. But this
This is a real.
this was
sort
a
of
heated
dramatic-
game, and
yeah.
it was a very critical game for Cincinnati to get a win.
Uh-huh.
Do you need a cough?
I was about to. I was about to sneeze, but I.
You're
okay,
good.
okay.
You're good.
Okay.
But yeah, so the Bearcats pulled off a really big win. Unfortunately, we did not get ranked, I heard, which is a real bummer, even though it felt like everyone and their mother thought we were going to get ranked after that big
Yeah.
win against a ranked opponent.
R-
After we beat Kansas State, we beat Iowa State, and I figured we're 4-1 now. And I thought 3-1, 4-1, 3-1. I can't count. And I
This is
figured
all
we would
Greek to
get.
me, so this is good to. Yeah,
I
I'll defer
figured
to
we
your
would get
judgment.
ranked.
Yeah.
But we didn't, and that's the AP's poll not ranking us, which is a bummer, but whatever.
I see.
But with our only loss to Nebraska right now, which is a Big Ten team, and they're a pretty good team, so
Yeah.
I'm a little bummed that we didn't get ranked. But I think people will underestimate us when we come in. We play UFC this weekend. That'll be a noon game. This weekend. But yeah, so overall family weekend was a blast. A lot of parents came out. There was a whole bunch of events around campus and stuff like we mentioned in our previous podcast. I didn't make it out to a whole bunch of those events, but I heard it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, campus was packed and the road sucked, but
Yes, I know. Yeah, that's walking through campus for anything else.
walking through
yeah, it was
campus,
pretty
parking was
chaotic.
awful like it always is, but even worse. But it was still fun. It was still fun.
Oh,
Did your
that's-
parents come out?
Glad. No, they're at a family reunion in North Carolina, but which I'm
Nice.
desperate to get to for these reading days. But
How long is this family reunion? That's a long
It's
period.
yeah, it's tend to go along. But
you do have a big family, so
true enough. did yours end up coming up?
no, my family did not come. They were in Pittsburgh
Good.
for my little brother's sports meet or whatever. But we can keep moving on. So in other news, Fifth Third
Bank.
Banking
Yeah.
Corporation just bought up Comercia. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Comerica.
Comerica. I totally
Yours is
That
as
sounds a
good as
lot.
mine. Yeah,
Yours sounds a
okay,
lot more
okay.
right. Comerica for around $10.9 billion. A lot of money. And I was just like, so you worked at Fifth Third this past summer, correct?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So walk me through your experiences at Fifth Third and like what you did there and how you think this whole acquisition might affect co-ops in the future.
So acquisitions for Fifth Third, at least I was an intern with their corporate museum, which is kind of not. Maybe not the first thing you would think of as
Yeah.
far as a co-op at Fifth Third, but it's but yeah, lots of old documents and stuff, banknotes and whatnot. But yeah, acquisitions at Fifth Third are definitely it's as far as its history now, it's kind of a mainstay of their operations. I think I'm blanking on the specific date, but there was the rebranding of Fifth Third as a bank corp as opposed to just Fifth Third Bank legally.
What's the difference? Sorry.
It's I think as a corporation as opposed to like a specific just like as a bank they were only their jurisdiction only extended to Cincinnati. But now as a corporation they started to open up branches all over the place.
That's kind of cool. I mean, with this whole buyout, they are now the 9th largest bank in the U.S., which is a pretty good, like pretty big feat. And the fact that you got to work there this summer as an intern was pretty cool, pretty awesome.
It's mostly just again just like scanning stuff and just figuring out what who the president was in 1982 or something like that. But no, yeah, it's definitely linked. I would say very strongly with Cincinnati history, and it's just kind of
their headquarters out of Cincy, right?
Of characters. Yeah.
Their headquarters.
Just downtown Fountain Square.
Yeah, they have one of the biggest buildings downtown, right? It's a pretty big building.
Yeah, or you can see
up
it.
there.
Yeah,
you can see it. It's just got this big old Fifth Third logo on the side of it. Yeah, I work up at that level.
But no, I was in the basement. But it's in the archive room.
The archive room. Hey, that's important stuff. It's history.
It was
as a history
fun.
major.
It was fun. It was a weird kind of corporate setting for me, but that was
Is that something you want to like keep doing?
No, I don't think so. But the people were great. Shout out Jason Goolsby. He's a great.
You'll have to send it us.
Great guy over there. Yeah. And that externship, or I should say it's an externship. I really couldn't tell you the difference.
Oh, you don't know the difference?
I have no idea. But my supervisor called me an intern.
Okay, so is that something that Fifth Third call, like an externship, Fifth Third call?
It's the official name, yeah.
Okay, so I know a lot of companies call things different based on like internship, co-op, externship. First thing I've heard of that.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm guessing
in function it's the same, and that's been it's been an offering for a long time, at least through the history department at UC. I have a friend who's currently doing it during the year, so it's just one of our kind of rare. Sort of co-op opportunities. But
how do you think this acquisition is going to change, like UC co-op experiences? Do you have any idea? I know you weren't in the business side of it because this is a lot more business oriented acquisition. Because it probably won't affect archives a whole lot, if any at all. But do you think it'll like change co-op's experiences at all?
I mean, just to speak for to speak for Cece Korbowski, who's currently working there, she'll probably be getting a lot of just random junk from Comercia to process and archive. So that I can maybe speak for her experience more so, but I have no. This is my first.
Neither of us are business majors at all, so I have no idea what that would look like or what a business acquisition or like what that even like
for the accounting people out there.
Accounting business.
Come
let us know.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Still, another Cincy company rising to the top, kind of like bringing some wealth back into Cincinnati.
For sure.
So I bet it boosts the local economy maybe a little bit.
Somewhat, yeah, I could imagine that.
Yeah, someone got a few big raises or something.
Somebody made a bundle on that thing.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, we can move into upcoming sporting events this week, and some other things that are happening throughout the week, and then I think we'll close off. So a few of the sporting things that's happening this week. UC Club Hockey is playing this week on Wednesday and Thursday against Mercyhurst. Have you ever been to a UC hockey game?
I haven't. Is it?
It's a blast.
It's
a blast. I've gone to a few of their matches or games. They don't play near campus, unfortunately, because this is a club sport. Although I will say it's probably arguably the best club sport we have.
Yeah.
Other than maybe like rowing. We have a good club rowing team. We have a good club volleyball team. We have a lot of good club sports.
Yeah.
A lot of them
features.
Yeah, it would be a good features, but we don't get a lot of coverage on a lot of them. I do know we do get decent amount of coverage on club hockey though, because it is a blast to cover and to photograph. Gosh. But yeah, so they're playing this week. I've been to a few of their games. It's Queen City Sportsplex, which is like, I want to say 15 to 20 minutes away from here. It's like north up 75, I want to say. It's a blast. Definitely go out and check them out. The stands are usually pretty packed. It's not a huge like arena or anything. It's got like a whole bunch of different like basketball courts, ice hockey rinks and stuff. But
Mercyhurst, I haven't heard of
Mercyhurst is way up on the literally opposite corner of Ohio. So we are in the bottom, the southwest corner. They are in the literal opposite, like basically in Pennsylvania, and we're like basically in Kentucky / Indiana.
Right.
Like I think it's like easily 4 or 5 hour drive.
Okay,
it's a far drive. I had a cousin go there for a year. He played lacrosse there for a bit, and then he transferred to OSU. But so I didn't even know they had a hockey team, but I guess since they're like practically in Canada.
I see. Yeah,
not
fair enough. Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
I mean, they got the
yeah,
lake
yeah.
separating
It's like,
them.
well, do you think they have any competitive edges as far as that
I
goes?
have no clue. Not
Okay.
gonna lie. I know
Okay.
that we were decent last year, playing some big games against Dayton and stuff. And Dayton also has a pretty good hockey team. But I have no clue how we looked this year, how many people we kept. And then I have not even the slightest idea of how Mercyhurst looks.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll be an electric game. It always is.
Is hockey where like you can hit people, or is
Is
that
hockey?
is that
Seriously,
lacrosse?
have you ever
Wait,
been to a hockey game?
I know there's like fights sometimes. Like
Yep, there
there's
are
it's a
definitely
fun
some
part of
fights.
it.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yep. So I don't know the rules of hockey. I never played it, but I know some of the rules. But yes, there are occasionally some brawls that happen.
But that's not part of the rules, though, right? Or is it?
I mean,
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's allowed to some extent,
Okay.
but not like.
Lacrosse is like you can just bowl over people. Right?
Yeah, lacrosse.
Okay.
Lacrosse has got. I'm not obviously I'm not big into lacrosse or like know the
Yeah.
rules of lacrosse, but I know there's quite a bit of physical contact in each sport. Probably more so in hockey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely know it has.
There was some. I mean, just thinking back to high school lacrosse, just like I mean, you had some
Oh, yeah.
juggernauts. Like
Yeah, you
just-
did.
yeah. And they were always high, and like it was just I
like
don't-
tall.
Yeah. And, we can edit this out. But, okay,
That's fine.
I'm just messing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can keep moving on to other. So you definitely check them out. Check out UC Club Hockey and all the UC Club sports. I think it's a blast to go check out some of the other not funded by the university, but some fun sports that people don't often see. I think honestly, I think it'd be sweet if we had if we were able to have them play on campus somewhere.
Yeah.
Like have like a legitimate ice hockey team. I think they would do well. I think with a little bit of support, I think another fun sport like that would be in the wintertime other than just basketball. I think that'd be an interesting
Sure. Yeah.
thing. Although I don't know if Fifth Third can handle a ice hockey rink, but
hockey
it'd be
on there,
pretty
yeah.
cool. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That's what they do at OSU. They switched over the Schottenstein Center, I believe, or the Nationwide. One of those two big arenas, and they switch it over to hockey/basketball.
Shout out UC administration. Maybe next time like, we don't need another climbing wall, but we could.
We
get,
don't-
like
another
a,
climbing-
if
we got
could
another
get, like,
climbing wall?
Or no. But I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
we need some ice hockey in here.
We could trim the climbing wall down a little bit. And just get some ice on there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, then now we got baseball starting up here shortly. We had
Is
a
that
few
right?
scrimmages last week, and now we are getting to UC's first exhibition game against Pitt. We have a good relationship with Pitt. We played them last year in an exhibition game, but I think we usually play them, and it's Saturday at 11. It's kind of competing with the football game, unfortunately, but.
see.
Saturday the 11th at 2 p.m. Excuse me.
Gotcha.
Um,
Good relationship with Pitt. I mean, weren't they? There was that one game, their football game last year. I remember.
Oh,
It
don't
was,
get
like,
me started on that football game
I was
last
like,
year.
good
That
relationship.
game,
It's like,
our baseball programs have good relationships. I should clarify.
Okay.
It seems like it at least.
Yeah,
but that was a fun game to watch last year with the baseball game. The Pitt game for football though, don't get me started on that game. That game
it's a
frustrated
thing
me.
of the past.
It's in the past.
No.
It's an old season. It's not going to affect us. It might. But yeah, then we got football, UCF Saturday at noon. That's going to be a big game again. I have a feeling we should be able to beat them. I'm pretty confident that we can beat them, but definitely don't want to like over exaggerate like our big win against Iowa State. We still have to come game ready to play hard.
Yeah.
Because they will put up a fight.
What were the thoughts about Iowa State? Just to go back to that, like, were people confident that we would win, or was
I
it
don't
more
think
of an
people were
upset?
confident we were going to. I think people were confident it was going to be a good and very competitive game.
I see.
Coming off our big win against Kansas State, which I honestly, when we were going into that game, I wasn't expecting us to win because I think we got beat pretty bad last season by them.
Yeah.
So I was expecting them to also put up not as good of a fight as they did, but they came out on top. And
Okay.
I didn't watch a whole lot of that game, but I watched all of Iowa State.
Yep.
And the first quarter looked amazing. We played very, very good football. I don't know what the score was, but we had them to 0 for a very long time. But the second half looked a little bit more rough. Iowa State decided to turn their game on, it seemed like, and we were getting a lot of penalties near the second half, near the mid to end of the second half.
Yeah.
That really, really hit us in the butt. And it was frustrating to watch. My brother can attest to this. I was not happy with the amount of calls we were getting. We had some really, really good plays, but also a lot of crappy plays that really frustrated me. But we also had some really cool moments. our defense and our offense was on fire. We did get a player ejected, but because of targeting. I don't know if that was targeting. I don't think it was targeting. But
Who was that?
I don't remember his name, but it was a. I could pull it up. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull it up.
Shout out.
But yeah,
Shout out that guy.
I can put a photo up on the screen or
Okay,
something.
okay.
But it was a blast of a game to watch, and I'm excited to see if we'll continue that energy into the UCF game. I should have brought like Jared or someone on that knows a little even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get him on?
Probably not. I don't think they're in there
Okay,
yet.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but blast of a game.
Shout out Jared.
No. But yeah, so in other news happening this week, UC Fall Reading Days
Reading
is
days.
the 9th
Fall
and
break,
the 10th.
not really.
Yeah, we
but
don't really get a
yeah.
fall break. They don't intend. I actually learned this recently. They don't intend these reading days to be like a break. They're a spot where we're supposed to study.
Wow.
It's a spot for us to get caught
They're
up on
happening
our.
after, or well, I guess midterms.
It's like
aren't
it's like
the same for
halfway
everybody.
through midterms. People are going like
That's true.
midterms aren't like a set date kind of thing with a lot of professors. At least a lot of my professors.
Yeah.
They kind of happen throughout. Like I know a lot of classes have like one midterm and it's literally in the middle, but a lot of other professors have multiple midterms throughout the year, and they're kind of more like big tests instead of like exams.
Okay.
But yeah, the fall reading days are meant to be what they're called, reading days. You're supposed to get caught up on some of your studies, caught up on some of your physical and mental health, kind of just relax. Myself, I will be going back
this,
to
yeah.
Columbus, back home, to have some good time with my family.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, are you doing anything fun for reading
Recharge.
days?
Just going to that family reunion,
Family
North Carolina.
reunion, North Carolina. Are you driving? Are you
I'll
getting picked up?
I'll be flying out at a CVG.
Flying? CVG,
yeah,
our
just in
Cincinnati airport in Kentucky.
Convenient. Yes. Yeah. Right. The same. Yeah. But yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you all for tuning in to our Week 6 news brief. Catch you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.